Our new racing season continues at Los Alamitos with great stakes racing action and big pools in our most popular wagers. It's exciting nighttime action every weekend night, with the top quarter horses in the sport facing off at the track of Sunsets and Stars. The Grade 1 Charger Bar Handicap is this Sunday night, featuring the top mares in the nation. Plus, check out some of our big recent nighttime pools. The new season is here. The Charger Bar, this Sunday night at Los Alamitos.
And welcome everyone to our first preview show of 2025. Happy to be joined by Chris Wade, Michael Wrona. Hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful new year. Hey, let's get the action started here at Los Alamitos. Two great cards here on Saturday and Sunday. But first, let me welcome Chris Wade. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing good, but not quite as good as you are, Orlando.
Oh, yes. Yeah, let me know why. Tell me why. Tell me more.
Well, on Sunday, your late pick four selections, your smaller selection came in, a $12 ticket. Then your larger ticket, your third selection was scratched, and it went to the favorite. So you hit the late pick four how many times? Three times.
Yeah.
And for the $48 investment, it was over $500 a ticket. So not a bad night for the boss.
Thank you, Chris. $510 to be exact. I was really happy because I also got my radio play to come in. AJ Lucky 7 went ahead and won race number 7. I thought that was going to be the tough one, because it was a pretty competitive field. But he ended up going as the favorite in that race and won nicely. I'm looking forward to seeing that horse continue to develop. Michael, how are you doing?
Thank you.
You also had your winner that you predicted on the show last week came through, right?
Yes. Got the winner home from the outside post position in the second last race last Saturday night. And George's horse won the final race. So we got the late double between us.
That's right. Train B Taka, very impressive winner in Mark Junger's 2 years in a row winning the Holiday Handicap. And best of all, he said Train B Taka is going to stick around here at Los Alamitos and go for the Los Alamitos Winter Derby and then the El Primero del Año Derby. So looking forward to seeing this horse continue to develop. And if he develops anywhere close to what Asher did last year, they got some kind of runner here at Los Alamitos, this horse, Train B Taka. So, of course, we have, like I mentioned, some really nice racing programs here. 8 races on top for Saturday night, 9 races on Sunday, and of course the big program on Sunday night featuring the Grade 1 Charger Bar, $100,000 race. That's going to be race number 9. The Dashingly, also for mares, that will be race number 8 on Sunday. We'll talk a lot more about both of those races on the second part of the show. But first, we want to talk a little bit more about the Saturday program. First post for this 8-race card is 6:10 p.m. 6:10 p.m. for the Saturday racing action. I got the past performances here that I brought up. Chris, you have a selection for Saturday, right?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the thoroughbred horse. It was my third pick last time. It was a nice size. When he went off at 12-1, I think it was, and ran a very good race. Second time ran this effort coming back after that effort run during the day. But this horse, they always improve second time back over the Los Alamitos nighttime oval. This horse had a trouble trip last time, broke slow, leaned back at the start, lost multiple lengths, but for the nice sustained run down the backstretch while wide, and was right there down the lane. Just came up a little bit short that having to make all that early ground up after that bad start. Took its toll near the wire. The horse very well could have been right there and very well could have been best in that event. But coming up a very good third with a good amount of trouble along the way, stays the same level, will probably break better second time back over the nighttime surface. So has a big look as my selection, a previous show selection, one of my better bets in the racing program on Sunday.
Based on everything you just said, I have a feeling that you're talking about race number 2 and number 4, Stanjack, right? That has to be the horse that you're talking about.
Yeah, that was the horse I liked at the price. My third pick last time off its prior effort running in the day when running fourth, I think it was during the Los Alamitos daytime oval. But last time didn't get away very well. Leaned back at the start, lost multiple lengths, but put forth a sustained run around the turn and around and down the lane. Come up a little bit short down the lane, but was very impressive. And with a better getaway, figures it a good trip. They're in the second event there as your probable favorite, San Jack.
Yeah, and Roman Figueroa is the trainer on San Jack, and we talked a little bit about Mark Junger's big success he had here at Los Al, and he is not shy about crediting Roman Figueroa, the entire Figueroa family, of what a great help they've been, just kind of looking after all his horses stable here at Los Alamitos. And Roman Figueroa, a tremendous jockey during his time here in the 1980s, 1990s at Los Alamitos, and tremendous trainer as well. He's got this horse San Jack. I have the last out of San Jack. So let me bring this up. December 22nd. This was the opening race on this racing program. So remind me, Chris, what post position is San Jack leaving from? And I'll go ahead and I'll hit play while you talk a little bit about this horse. Again, remind us what post position is San Jack racing from.
Yeah, he broke from post number 3. You can see him lean back at the start, broke multiple lengths slow, was last by a long way. He was like 4 or 5 lengths down the backstretch, but put forth a nice sustained run down the aforementioned backstretch and into and through the turn. It was a very impressive performance. You can see him making up a lot of ground. Got a couple of duelers in front there, the 4 and the 6. But look at this horse down the backstretch through the turn wall, 4 wide, and looked like he had a big look at the outcome into and around the turn with those 2 dueling leaders. But that early effort after breaking slow took its toll a little bit down the lane, kind of finished steady, but came up just a little bit short despite that big turn time and finish. So with the better getaway, should get a perfect trip and be one of the ones to beat there in that second event. You can see him still finishing strong down the lane, and it was a pretty good effort, beating a half a length for the whole thing with all that trouble away from the gate.
Yeah, no doubt about that. With a little bit better starting, you're looking at San Jack ending up in the winner's circle here at Los Alamitos. One thing that I love about the Roman Figueroa barn is that they are still wearing the silks of Blaine Schwaneville. Of course, Roman married to Brenda Schwaneville, Blaine's daughter, and rode so many stakes winners for Blaine, including my debut in the, I believe it was 1995 Champion of Champions, and continuing that great tradition, honoring his late father-in-law, Blaine Schwaneville. Roman Figueroa's horse is still carrying those classic blue and white silks with a nice BS on the back of them. Of course, the initials of Blaine Schwaneville. So great look at this horse here, San Jack. Good to see him back in action. He's always a tough performer here at Los Alamitos. We also have Michael Wrona with a selection. You're always red hot, Michael, with your picks. So let's see what we can do once again here on Saturday night.
Well, I don't know about always red hot, but we are coming off a winner last weekend. Just before we move on, I'm trying to recall the last time that Chris made a selection for the preview show in a race around the turn, 1,000 yards or 4.5 furlongs. So he must feel very strongly about this horse, and certainly impressive on the replay. But I think we've got to go back a long way to find a selection from Chris around the turn.
Yeah, it's been quite some time. See, this horse, my numbers, the quarter horses are so astute. With everything factored in, trouble, track variant. But you see a video horse like this, you got to give a look. He was my third selection last time, and good look at the outcome as a probable one of the favorites there in that second event. Last time I gave out a thoroughbred, he came in third, as I remember, but I had a trouble trip that night as well. But we'll see if we could score one up for the boys with San Jack. And everybody's George's selection won last week. Michael's selection won well. Mine ran okay. It was a decent second, but not as good as the aforementioned George and Mike with their wins with those well-met runners last week and last Saturday night.
But we were all talking about, Chris, how can you leave out Optical Illusion? Your horse finished well ahead of Optical Illusion. So
at least Optical Illusion didn't beat you, Chris.
Exactly. That's right. True. So you were far ahead of us in that race. So Michael, you have a pick, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at the 8th race, the finale on Saturday night. 300-yard allowance for fillies and mares who've never won 3 races. And I'm putting the biggest, fattest, boldest line through the last start of Ecstatic number 5. A total forgive. The horse was extremely agitated in the gate, failed to fire as favourite coming off a layoff. And based on what she was doing in the spring before the layoff, I think we've got to give her another look. 5-2 from one of the outer posts is enough for me to think that she might be worth trying again on Saturday night. I mean, she's a stakes winner, admittedly in an upset, big odds, of the La Pacifica, and that's standing pretty tall on the resume, you know, compared to the other horses in this race.
Well, you mentioned that Static a stakes winner, so let's take a look at that stakes victory. How about that? The La Pacifica Handicap, $35,000 race, and as everyone around the nation knows, we have the best filly and mare program in the country. So to win a stakes race at this level against these divisional opponents is always a nice achievement. Here's Ecstatic. And Michael, starting from post number 8, I believe, in this full slate of horses here.
Yeah, drawn one from the outside and was let go at 26-1. Caused a massive upset on this occasion. Was right up there the whole way and was able to get the neck in front when it counted, beating In the Mode and Check and Cartel in this stakes race, the La Pacifica. That was after an 8-1 win in a maiden. So both of her wins have come at big odds. The maiden win was in fast time from the rail. This win was from one of the outside posts. So she's got a little bit of versatility as far as handling different post positions. It did take her a while to get around to winning the maiden, it must be said. Although I had made a note from the February race that I thought she was best. I thought if she had have gone straight on that occasion, she would have broken the maiden several starts before it actually did happen for her. She's trained by Dan Farias. Henry Lopez is going to ride her for the first time on Saturday night. And I just hope that she behaves herself in the gate. I hope that she has calmed down a little bit with that comeback race experience under her belt, because she certainly has clocked time and beaten stakes company that would stand her in really good stead for this race. The favourite has to deal with gate number 1, La Famosa Vaquera, and obviously is going to be tough to beat. But at 5-2, I'm willing to try Ecstatic.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
The maiden win was very impressive too, despite some trouble from the rail, kind of veered in away from the gate. So that maiden was impressive as well, and came back in that last race. The stakes race was impressive at a big price. So the ability is there. If she minds her manners, got a big look at the outcome.
Yeah, it really comes down to her behavior. And so people who jump on board will be holding their breath once she moves into the gate and hoping that the outside horse loads quickly and that Gary Brinson can get them underway.
Yeah, and if you notice there, that first win, I believe, was that her first? I don't know if it was maybe the first time, but they added the flipping halter in that race back on April 14th when he broke her maiden, and then went ahead and used it again in the La Pacifica. And like you mentioned, got very fractious. That's always tough when they get fractious and they're using that flipping halter. It could go any ways when they're doing that. But yeah, ever since they made that nice change there, smart change with trainer Dan Farias, has really helped her get those nice victories, including a stakes win there as well. Ecstatic here in race number 8. And really quickly, I'll just mention race number 7 because it is a nice group of runners here. An allowance event, $12,000 allowance event. Terrafina ran third in all 3 of her, actually all 4 Futurity trials last year, including the ones for the Edinburgh Million, the Golden State Million, the Los Alamitos 2 Million Futurity for Valentin Zamudio. So really nice filly, now a 3-year-old here. And Beach Walk won her trial to the Los Alamitos 2 Million Futurity, did not qualify but she's been really, really good when she's been able to get going here at Los Al. So it's a really nice group of 3-year-olds going in race number 7. All of them fillies here, perhaps some of the future stars in this tough division, the filly and mare division here at Los Alamitos. So nice selections here. Race 2, Chris, and race number 8, Michael. Best of luck with your horses to click here on Saturday night. We'll be right back, and we'll talk all about the 2 stakes races on Sunday, the Dashingly and the Charger Bar. We'll be right back.
Our new racing season continues at Los Alamitos with great stakes racing action and big pools in our most popular wagers. It's exciting nighttime action every weekend night, with the top quarter horses in the sport facing off at the track of Sunsets and Stars. The Grade 1 Charger Bar Handicap is this Sunday night, featuring the top mares in the nation. Plus, check out some of our big recent nighttime pools. The new season is here. The Charger Bar, this Sunday night at Los Alamitos.
And here at Los Alamitos, the Charger Bar Handicap, what a tremendous race it has been. Recent winners include Kiss Through Fire, Famous Shining Star, Patty Saint. Kiss Through Fire, back-to-back wins in the Charger Bar. I think both of those years she ended up being the champion H-Mare. Same with Famous Shining Star. She won it in 2023 and was the champion H-Mare. And we'll see what happens with last year's winner in this race. Let's go ahead and talk about the Dashingly Handicap, first of all. 8, let's see, a field of 9 in the 8th race. And I have to kind of take a look at number 2, Miss Aisao JQM, the Brazilian mega star, undefeated in South America, and has run some really nice races here at Los Alamitos, hasn't she, Mike?
Yeah, she was competitive in her first 2 starts here in September and October, finishing second on each occasion, and then she cracked it for a United States victory last time in a strong, solid performance. And that was at the 350-yard distance of this Dashingly, which is, I suppose, a consolation of sorts for fillies and mares who didn't make the field for the Charger Bar, and it's 50 yards shorter than the Grade 1 feature. Still some very, very talented mares have signed up for it, but she's very well credentialed. Interestingly, the horse that beat the two starts back, Temple Court, opposes her again on Sunday night, and as was the case when Temple Court was victorious 2 starts back, she has a wide gate. I think that really helps her because she can get pretty anxious in the gate. I think it helps her to be one of the last to load, and she likes having a bit of room to operate out wide. So I think she's got a good look here. She actually contested the Dashingly last year and was a big long shot and was off slowly and no factor. But she's certainly capable if she can get out of the gate efficiently. I think she's a big danger drawn wide, number 8 Temple Court. Probably the way I would lean because of that post position.
Very interesting. In last year's Dashingly, how about the first and second place finishers? Frivolous and Jessica Cruz. What a year Jessica Cruz had. Frivolous was also a multiple stakes winner here at Los Alamitos last year, and as a 2-year-old won the Governor's Cup Futurity. Speaking of trainer Elena Andrade, who will saddle Jessica Cruz in the Charger Bar, she has a horse that a mare that I really like, Butter Homes and Garden. Starting from post number 1, ran second to Rocking with Energy in the Just an Old Love Handicap. I think this post is not so bad for her, and she'll definitely with a good start, because she can be very quick out of the gate, can really be a factor here in the Dashingly for Elena Andrade. Looking for a sweep of these two stakes races on Sunday night. Sure, she'll be thrilled with just getting one of them, but hey, why not? You have some really nice mares in both of these races. Chris, any thoughts in this race?
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards Miss Aisao JQM. She's improved each subsequent start after being unbeaten elsewhere. But in her last race, she won with speed to spare. I got it with an extra crutch, extra crush, tight hold late, and she galloped off very, very well. So she's improved each subsequent start. Repeat or another step forward puts her right there throughout. I'm going to lean towards her a little bit and give Miss Butters Homes and Garden a look here for Elena Andrade, whose barn's going is absolutely on fire as we speak, and the inside post not a bad place for to be with her speed. And of course, Temple Court, if she can mind her manners and get out of the gate, she has a good look with a big, big long finish. And of course, Famous Cartel Justy was our price look. Last time she ran 35 nights ago, she won with speed to spare. So give her a look at my fourth number to grab a slice at a price. But I'm going to lean towards the two, Miss ICL JQM, just a little bit there in the Dashingly.
Well, you can't forget number 7, Forever Dynasty. This race at 350 yards. This mare, every time you forget about her, she seems to run a big race. Could be a night for gray mares. We'll talk about a couple of gray mares in the Charger Bar. In the 7, Forever Dynasty. She always flashes with that nice tone of her color, of her coat. Forever Dynasty, and of course carrying the silks of Gerald Harley, Ron Harley, nice bright pink silks there.
They're a race caller's dream, those silks.
Exactly right. What a combination there. And when let's see, is Cruzman? Yeah, when Cruzman is riding her, you have that nice green helmet, the pink silks, and the nice, beautiful, flashy gray mare. So yeah, you can definitely spot her right away, Michael. West Texas price 15-1 for owner David Hinkins and trainer Adan Farias, the Connections trainer Adan Farias of Ecstatic. And I gotta mention one other thing about the race before the Dashingly. That's gonna be race number 7, and Adan Farias has this runner, number 4, Dragula. Jonathan Roman, who's also riding West Texas Price in the Dashingly, will ride number 4, Dragula, for Daniel Lavoie. Joey Quarters. Daniel Joseph Lavoie. That's Joey Quarters from Nightlines fame here. He does a great job with the place pick all. This will be the first time that Dragula will run for him as an owner here. They claimed this runner for $10,000 back on December 7th after a nice victory. So I'm sure he'll be looking forward to seeing his first-time starter for him, this New Mexico bred Dragula, at 5-1 here on Sunday night. So best of luck for Joey Quarters here in Dragula. Let's go ahead and talk a lot more about the Charger Bar Handicap, the main event here on Sunday night. Grade 1 event, $100,000 on the line, a 400-yard race. Tremendous way to kick off our filly and mare program here at Los Alamitos. And I'll go ahead and I'll start talking about the horses from post 1 on. And please stop me to add your thoughts as we go through this field. Number 1, Rocking with Energy. George Duarte could not join us. He was having some technical issues, but he's always been a big fan of Rocking with Energy. Now draws post number 1. She won a Derby trial for the Golden State Derby from this spot here a couple of races back here at Los Alamitos. Of course, she won the Justin O. Love Handicap, beating Butters, Homes and Garden, and a lot of other nice distaffers. Rocking with Energy. Henry Reynoso Lopez, 7-2 on the morning line. There's the 2, Jessica Cruz, 5-1 on the morning line. And Jessica Cruz, a multiple stakes winner here at Los Alamitos. In not only a multiple stakes winner, multiple distance winner here at Los Alamitos. She wins from every distance. Won at 110-yard race, won at 220, the Azure 3 handicap against the boys. Has won at 300, has won at 350, has won at 400, including the Las Damas. So she can do it all here, Jessica Cruz. First time for Wine is one of 2 top mares for trainer John Steinbach. Newcomers here to Los Alamitos. First time for Wine, won the Yellow Rose Texas Stakes by 3/4 of a length. Earned over $100,000 last year. while finishing in the money in all 7 of her starts. Right next to her is the other Steinball trainee, Curls Joyful Wagon, competed against Streaks of Power in the Grade 1 Distaff Challenge at Albuquerque. And how about her career earnings? $339,000 for Curls Joyful Wagon, a winner of 7 races during her career. She certainly looks like a horse that will have a big role to play in the Charger Bar, don't you think, Chris? Michael?
Yeah. So talented, and she got a big look at the outcome on the ship and for the connections there. And they had a great job. John Steinball and son Zachary have had a great season no matter what. So they're lined up against one another, and they both have chances in this Grade 1 went first one of the 225 racing season.
So they were in the exacta in the stakes race at Lone Star Park 2 runs back in late September. Curls Joyful Wagon beating First Time for Wine by half a length. Curls Joyful Wagon was much lower odds, went off the favourite. First Time for Wine was a 7-1 shot on that occasion. But there are some parallels in their form lines. What interests me is the December 27 turn and work that they both had. Locally at 220 yards, Curls Joyful Wagon 12.6 and First Time for Wine 13.5. We don't have the videos of the turn and works, only of the gate drills, but makes me wonder what happened to First Time for Wine to be clocking 0.9 slower. So little query against that.
Well, if you look at the 2 of them, their past workouts, December 7th at 220, 12.35 at 220, and Curls Joyful Wagon at 220, 11.85. So again, Curls Joyful Wagon with a faster gate drill, or I don't know if it was a gate drill, maybe not. It was just a breeze, it looks like. But it looks like when in the morning, looks like Curls Joyful Wagon is more of an active worker than First Time for Wine. I'm just saying. It looks like in the past, Curls Joyful Wagon has always posted what looks like faster morning times. But yeah, definitely you wonder if there was anything that happened, maybe a little bit of a stumble, who knows, for that clock in 13.5. Definitely a lot slower than Curls Joyful Wagon. AJ Run for Cash, a big long shot, 30-1, did win the Casino Downs Stakes at Albuquerque, one of the undercard races on the AQHA Challenge Championship program. There's the 6, Streaks of Power, 5-2 on the morning line, won all 3 of her starts as a 4-year-old mare last year, including 2 of those at Los Alamitos, including the race that qualified her to go to Albuquerque, and won them so easily by 1 1/4 lengths, then went up there and won by a half a length. And she did post a gate work here at Los Alamitos December 11th, and I do have that gate work there. 12.3 was her work. There's that gate drill there from Streaks of Power, just super start. Just the way she just exploded out of the gate, took off. You see that the jockeys, kind of giving her a little bit of a push, but not too much. She did kind of drift in just a little bit towards the end there, but the most impressive part for me was just the way that she just flew out of the gate and the way that she finished just pretty much on her own. So let's take a quick look once again at this mare, 5-2 on the morning line, and really, you can't get that much better at a start, right, Chris? Chris, what did you think of her start?
That was a very impressive drill. She showed a good amount of speed early and was finishing well under light pressure and finished right out, started out real strong and galloped out nicely. It was a very impressive prep for this event.
Yeah, Streaks of Power, definitely going to be one of the ones to beat here in this race. Number 7, Ninfet, still searching for that first victory at 400 yards, but she's always right there in the big money races. Ran third in the Charger Bar Handicap last year, third in the Abigail. Second, has twice been second in the Grade 1 Mildred Vessels, both times finishing second to Patty Saint. But she is just a terrific performer, Nymphette, isn't she, Michael?
Yeah, she was great, finishing third to Patty Saint and Fearless Moon last year in this race. She's always a force to be reckoned with. She's always charging hard at the finish. The only problem from a gambling standpoint, she's just a risky conveyance, isn't she? Because she just struggles to get going, and she inevitably spots good horses, a good margin, and it just makes life difficult for her. But she's ultra talented, still very lightly raced, a veteran of only 13 career starts, and she's just turned 6. And it wouldn't surprise to see her in the winner's circle if she gets away well and doesn't lack too much early acceleration. And her odds are drifting up to somewhat reasonable, bettable odds of 5-1. No question that the ability's there.
The ability, like last time, she broke a little slow, and she veered out harshly away from the gate. Finished very, very strongly. She's a horse to watch. So talented, but is her own worst enemy away from the gate. Always has seemingly a lot to do, and she got the talent to overcome that talent. But when you're talking this quality of animal, you can't give them too big of a head start. But the talent is there. If she gets away cleanly, she's got to look at the outcome there at 5-1.
Yeah, and this race it is at 400 yards. In those races that we can see on this past performances or times, 1992, 1968, 1979, that the Las Damas was at 2011, but wow, what a tough getaway she had. Started the field multiple lengths, still ran third in that one to Jessica Cruz. I do like her post position there. She's drawn a good spot right there. She's going to be right next to Streaks of Power, who, like we saw from that workout, what a flyer she is out of the gate. AJ Born Running is not a big, fast starter, so maybe Nymphette can just kind of keep an eye on that gray and, chase her, not be too far away from Streaks of Power, and then let's see if she has that big closing kick, especially going against a mare whose sire is a thoroughbred sire, Power Jam. So it'd be kind of fun to see Nymphette finally get that Grade 1 victory. She's been close in the past. Number 8, AJ Born Running, another gray here. AJ Born Running, our 6th winner here at Los Alamitos, ran 4th in the Charger Bar Handicap last year.
She was only a neck behind Nymphette last year in this race.
Yeah, and actually beat her in the Denim and Diamonds in one of Nymphette's best getaways out of the gate. Nymphette was second at the start of that race, but who was first? AJ Born Running, who in her recent form is not usually the best one out of the gate. She did have a workout here I'd like to show. And in this one, the one thing I noticed is look how high her head is in that one. It was almost past the top of the gate there, and still came away kind of high. Went in a little bit, but I thought she kind of leveled out on her own, and she was really good the rest of the way here in this one. But again, she showed those little tendencies that kind of cost her a little bit of time out of the gate. And we'll get a quick glimpse of it once again here when this comes back around. Just look at how high she is. Like you can almost see her ears kind of going over the top of the stall, right about there. And it did cost her a little bit of time. When you compare that to what Streaks of Power did in that workout, Streaks of Power is probably like at least half a length, maybe a length in front of her.
Yeah.
If they are both leaving at the same time out of the same gate. So, but nevertheless, a really solid work from that point on for AJ Born Running. She's really, really good and really, really fun to watch her. Just a beautiful, beautiful mare, AJ Born Running. So let's go ahead and bring back the past performances here for the Charger Bar. We have a few more horses to talk about, to highlight. Wise Lady Dawn at 10-1 for trainer Paul Jones. So Parsons Ranch has two of them in the running of the Charger Bar. And Just Call Me Candy with Eddie Willis, Justine Claver. They've had a strong couple of years here at Los Alamitos. Number 10, Just Call Me Candy, 15-1, and has run some really nice races here at Los Al, winning a couple of times. Huh, Chris?
Yeah, she draws one to the outside, a clear path, expected, and could grab a slice of the pie. They're a little bit of a price there on these exotics on my numbers. There for Eddie Willis. Barn just continues to keep on rolling.
Yeah, I think she's got an outside chance also. Just Call Me Candy. I've liked some of her wins. She's run very fast time at 300 and 300 yards. And I think with that post position 10 in her favor, that she can get on the board.
Yeah, it could definitely happen because she is quick out of the gate, and she does have some pedigree running longer distances, but she is quick out of the gate. So if she can get, going early on from that outside tent post, she could just be right there, like Chris says, and grabbing a slice of the pie in this Charger Bar Handicap.
There's not much 400-yard form showing on the page that we're looking at for Just Call Me Candy, but the 10 starts back right down the bottom. That stakes race at Will Rogers Down, she was gaining late at the end of 400 yards. So I don't think the distance is going to be an issue.
Yeah, and you can also see First Time for Wine. She ran right behind First Time for Wine in the race after that Will Rogers effort there. So she has faced similar competition that's kind of level. Ran fourth to Jessica Cruz behind Wise Lady Dawn and then Fed. All of those are in this race back here. So Just Call Me Candy. I wouldn't be surprised if she's definitely on the upper half of this Charger Bar field. Do you have a selection, Michael, for this race to win?
I'm with the favorite. I'm with Streaks of Power. Her only defeat at Los Alamitos was in the Grade 1 Oaks when she was strongly fancied and beaten less than a length. She's won several other races so impressively at Los Al. That gate work you just showed me, which I saw for the first time, just pretty much seals the deal in my mind. She was great winning at Albuquerque last time. She's on a roll. She's in great form, and she's my pick.
Very well. Chris?
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. She's got some incredible numbers on my charts, and so very talented. That workout was very impressive. I gave it a solid A workout. I'm going to give her a look as my top selection. She's definitely the one to worry about. She's quick. She's sharp as attack. And you'll see her away from the gate right next to the other gray. So she'll be my selection there. And Rockwell's Energy, a horse who runs her best races seemingly from either the inside post or the outside post, was drawn between horses last time, broke slow, bumped back, and lost all chance as the favorite. Drawn between horses, gets the rail. So hopefully she'll run back to her prior effort from the rail, gives her a look as my second choice. And then Nemfet, there for Jimmy Glenn and company, has a big look if she can get away clean and grab a slice of the pie. Possibly with a better getaway, could be a factor right there on the wire as well.
Chris, do you recall Time for Wine? She won some races here at Los Alamitos, right? Was it Lynn Melton that trained Time for Wine, the mare, the mother of First Time for Wine?
Yeah, it's been there quite some time, but that was the broodmare. Yes.
Yeah, it's always fun to kind of take a look at some of these mares in big stakes races. Here, Cheyenne's Cash for AJ Run for Cash. She has produced a lot of nice winners here. But Streaks of Power, very lightly raced, only 9 races in her career, 5 victories, already a Grade 1 win, has competed in some of the biggest Oaks events in the nation. It's going to be, it's kind of hard to go against her. Of course, Nymphet, Jessica Cruz, they're very strong, capable horses. And all in all, just a really good field of mares here in the Charger Bar Handicap. So looking forward to it should be another great Sunday night here at Los Al with some really good stakes events. Looking forward to. Well, we're not going to have a show next week. No preview show next week, but we'll be back right after that as we get closer and closer to the trials for the Los Alamitos Winter Derby and the Brad McKenzie Winter Championship. Chris, Michael, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck in your selections. It's going to be a great weekend here at Los Alamitos.
Great weekend, boss. Good luck.
Thanks, Orlando. Good on you, Chris.
Our new racing season continues at Los Alamitos with great stakes racing action and big pools in our most popular wagers. It's exciting nighttime action every weekend night, with the top quarter horses in the sport facing off at the track of Sunsets and Stars. The Grade 1 Charger Bar Handicap is this Sunday night, featuring the top mares in the nation. Plus, check out some of our big recent nighttime pools. The new season is here. The Charger Bar, this Sunday night at Los Alamitos.